philosophy of education. We're hoping that you were able to complete your portfolio cover sheet and submit that, and that your philosophy of education document is shareable and ready to go. If it's not quite 100% complete, it's fine. You can share what you have, but for the most part, it should be pretty close to complete, so you'll be able to participate in the activity today. All right, go ahead, Christy. So we're going to start off with an icebreaker, and this is called the 5 tribbles or tribals activity. I'm not sure if many of you are familiar with something called tribes. It's a way to build community in your classroom. There's actually training courses you can go through, and there's like a 1-inch book that has full of activities to help build community in your classroom. But what we're going to do is take a look at these five tribals, and you're going to be quickly sharing out, how are you feeling today? Like, which one of those tribals best represents you? I think, Christy, is it linked to the slide? Nope, it's okay if it's not. Just really quick, we can just, oh, there it is. Perfect. You're awesome. All right. So on this slide, you'll notice, and I apologize for the graphics that it's a little bit stretched. We usually go from left to right, left being 1 all the way to 5 with the 2 hands up. And if you can just quickly go to this Jamboard, take a moment, put your name under one of these 5 tribals that represents how you're feeling today. So we'll give you a few minutes to do that.
Christy or Jackie, are you able to put the link in the chat box?
I can do that. Okay, just a few more, maybe 30 more seconds. Okay, and we'll go ahead with what we have right now. I see a lot of you are feeling like the number 3 right in the middle. And Jamie is probably more like at the number 2, the second tribal in from the left. So we'll just ask some of you to maybe share how you're or why you chose that particular slot if you're willing to. So maybe I see Michelle. I'm not sure if you're right in between the 3 and 4. You chose that one, but can you share why you're feeling that way this morning?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I'm feeling that way only because I guess it's like I want to be here, and I'm happy to be here, but I know there's other things that I have to get to too. So,
Yes.
it's kind of just, yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah, no,
where I am.
yeah, that's perfectly okay. I know it is a Saturday, it's still the beginning of the year, and we've got a lot on our plates too. So how about Danny, if you're able to share? You're right in the middle too.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm Danny. Just nothing. I mean, nothing really upsets me right now, and nothing makes me super happy. That's why I feel like the middle would be suitable.
Right in the middle. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
thank you.
try, yeah, no problem. We'll try one more. Maybe Jamie, you're at a number 2. If you're willing to share why you chose that one. Are you there, Jamie? Okay, we'll just try one more, maybe from the middle. Or Melinda, you just joined us, I know, but you chose a number 2. Why are you feeling like a number 2 today? Oh, Jamie, if you want to type it in the box, you're welcome to. Yeah, I don't hear you, but okay, because I do. So she said, I don't know why you can't hear me, but I chose to because I do usually take PDs and I'm overwhelmed with balancing it all. Oh, we totally hear you. You're right. Okay. Annalisa, we do have the link in the chat, but then we're going to be moving on already soon too. And if you want to access it later, you're always welcome to go back to the slide and click on it. All right, so thank you. Yes, we do have most people in the middle, some at 2, and it is overwhelming. Again, it is a Saturday. I just picked a 5 because I'm really excited that this is our first day together as our first module class, and just glad that you're here on your Saturday. So don't worry. I know it seems like a full day. It may not take the whole day. So we're gonna just start with that so you don't think, oh gosh, till 2 o'clock. The modules are relatively quick today. We'll go through it and give you the content that you need, and then we'll see. We may be able to get out a little bit earlier. And since I guess that was Melissa, maybe since you went ahead, or Annalisa, would you like to share your number 4? So that would be awesome to see why you're feeling like a number 4 today. And then we'll go on to the next slide after that. So Melissa or Annalisa?
Um, I'm one of those teachers who actually like PD. So I like this kind of stuff. So I always enjoy being able to just kind of feed off of the energy of other teachers and see what I can try that's new in the classroom.
That's awesome. So great to hear that. Thank you. Thank you very much, Annalisa. All right, let's go on to the next slide. So this next slide really talks about something we already covered on day 1 in terms of your philosophy of education and your core beliefs about teaching. So go ahead to the next one, Christy. The main point is really that your philosophy definitely does craft your teaching. So your beliefs really reflects oftentimes how your classroom is set up, the things that you do, the things that you say to your students. And it really crafts, like we said, there's no better way to say it, it crafts your teaching and guides, but your decisions that you make as well. Okay, next. All right, so we're going to get ready for the breakout room activity. We've asked that you brought your philosophy of education, and in the bell work slide, the very first slide you saw when you came in, we talked about making sure that your philosophy is shareable and anyone with a link can see it. So really quick, anyone needs help with that part, making your document shareable.
Do you want us to just make it viewable, commentable, or editable?
The viewable is fine because you'll be typing your comments on another document. So that's fine. Viewing is fine. Okay, any other questions before we move into our breakout rooms? And I'll go over the instructions too, though. Okay, we want to make sure you're able to do that because that's a really important piece. So what you're going to be doing is we're going to put you in a breakout room. Once you get in your breakout room, you can copy the address of your shareable document, copy the link of it, and then paste it into the chat box. So your partner will receive it and your partner will do the same thing so you can view each other's document. Once you share your document, you're going to go ahead and review your partner's one, and they're going to review the one they received from you. Now, the next step is, it says on your partner's philosophy, you're going to respond to at least 3 of the following prompts. And don't worry, because it's all there for you to look at. So if you don't see this slide in the breakout room, you won't need it. It's okay. There's 4 comments that we've listed. After you read the philosophy, you're going to comment on, maybe I found it interesting that you can continue your thoughts after that. We were similar in thinking that I like your idea about, and your statement of something made me think that. Okay, so one note we have is that when you are writing a comment, we're looking for quality and meaningful comments. So it's not just, I like this, or I don't agree with this. Expand on it. So it shouldn't just be 1 or 2 sentences saying, I like this or I don't like this, but really expand. Why do you agree with that person? Why do you like when they said something about this particular thing? So when you do this, it really allows the person who wrote the portfolio a good way to reflect on your comments. So it's really important because in this particular module, activity, first you write your portfolio, second someone reviews it, third you need to reflect on their comments. So if they don't have enough depth there, it's going to be really hard to make a comment back to what they've written. So we'll just to clarify a little bit more, Christy, if you can go to the next slide. Christy, can you go to the next slide, please? Okay. So when you look at your portfolio entry for this module, you'll see that there is a table in your entry, and it has those 4 prompts there. So what you're going to do is type directly on your partner's entry, on your partner's doc that they're sharing with you, and put your comments right here in that red blocked area. And again, you're responding to 3 of the 4. You're welcome to respond to all 4. It's up to you. But again, make sure that it has some depth and quality to it so that when it comes time for you to do the next part, you'll be able to have enough information to respond and reflect. We're going to give you about 20 minutes and we'll check in at that point to see how you're doing, if that was enough time. But again, make sure you share it, read it, put the comments in, and we'll check back in about 20 minutes. So before we go, any questions on what you need to do for this piece? So Shannon's going to be sending you to a breakout room shortly. You'll be with another partner, and this is where you'll put your link to your document into the chat box once you get to your breakout room. We'll also be checking in with you. We'll maybe popping into the breakout rooms to see how things are going or if you have any questions. Okay, so Shannon, you want to go ahead and send them, please?
Yes, definitely. They're about to open up. And there was a question out there if the documents had to be just viewable, commentable, or editable. 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 You need to be able to type on each other's document,
Yeah.
as Jackie just highlighted.
Yes, my apologies. Yeah, I did say viewable, but it is so that they can get into your document and type directly on that document with their comments. My apologies. Okay, all right. We'll check back in 20 minutes.
Just to clarify, some of you will not receive an invite. I believe it is Ashley O and Michelle and Graciela. Is that how I pronounce it?
Yes,
You-
it's Graciela.
Graciela, my apologies.
That's okay.
You will not receive an invite. You're going to be here because we still are recording. So we always like to try and record the conversations as well for those watching. They have something to view while we were doing a breakout room.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Have fun.
Thank you.
So we're being recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. We record all the sessions.
Fabulous.
It's all good. It's all good. I felt the same way once I watched myself. It's like, oh my gosh, what's going, but it's all good.
I know. Yeah, me too. I was like, okay, we're doing this. How are you?
Good. So I didn't finish mine. I just joined the course last night, so I didn't really look into it too much, but I did get started on it.
I am the same way. I have definitely not finished it.
Hi, Ashley. This is Michelle.
Hi, I thought you.
I'm just like, okay, wait. We're all in this group together. Okay. Well, I finished it, but I'm not sure if it's quite what they want, but you guys can go ahead and look at it. Do I just drop the link in this chat box?
I think so.
I mean, I don't want it to blast
Yes.
all over to everybody else, but I think this is what they mean.
Yeah, go ahead and put it in
Okay.
there. This is Jackie. Yeah.
Here's mine. It's not finished.
No, that's fine.
Oh yeah, here.
Michelle, I didn't have access to yours.
You don't? Okay, wait. Because I'm just going to that document, right? And then, wait, where is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in your share settings, anyone with the link can edit.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
you folks can
so
decide. Sorry,
you know
you folks
on
can
mine,
decide
it
how you
says-
want to share it. Yeah. Sorry, you folks can decide who's going to read which one, and then just so you don't have to read all two.
wait,
You can just do one other.
okay, wait. Let me go back to. Because I have the document that I was working on, you know.
Can you hit share and then you go down to
Okay.
restricted?
Oh, okay. Then, wait.
Anyone with the
On
link?
the top, it says the request edit access. On
Yeah, I didn't have access to yours
on top
either.
of the, on top of the document, I think I have to request edit access from whoever owns this.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
Yep, that totally makes sense because they made us the docs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So I just sent it. So if they release that, then I guess I can share it. Because I guess they're the owners of it, I suppose.
Yeah, because they created it. That totally makes sense.
Because I see
So nobody can get.
a J. I see a J on my document.
Yeah, I can see yours, but we're probably part of the ones that created it. So, okay. So nobody can see each other's. Is that correct?
Yeah, I see a llama. Oh, there's two people. I have a llama and
I
an
can see
alligator.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
can see
So if you
Ashley.
see them, they should be able to get into it.
but
if they're on your document.
okay, wait, let me see.
Oh, there. I can get into what is it Graciela? Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
My bad. I only wrote like 2 sentences. I'm so sorry.
Okay, wait.
I always get so stressed out when I see like more than a paragraph. I'm like, wait, what? So 1 to 2 pages. I
Okay,
was like, okay.
I can get into Ashley's, but Ashley, can you get into
Yeah, I can get
mine?
in.
I cannot get into Michelle still.
okay,
I guess I have to wait for access, you know, from whoever created
that's,
mine.
no, that's
Okay.
really odd because they're all set up kind of the same way.
Because I see a J on mine, J Yanagi,
Yeah,
but then
that's me.
oh, that's you. But then it says request edit
Yeah.
access.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry to interrupt. I know this is a group of 3. We're running into some technical issues in one of the other groups, and I'm wondering if I could or
Oh,
have one volunteer and take that one person and another person and put them in a separate breakout room. So it's Melinda has somebody to share her philosophy with.
So Shannon, maybe Michelle, but she's having problems getting her document editable. Like nobody can really get into it and see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So Michelle, since you guys
Okay.
haven't started yet, Michelle, I'm going to move
Yeah,
you
yeah.
and Melinda
okay.
into the
Okay.
other breakout room, and then I will join you to
Okay.
help you with that. So,
Okay.
Michelle,
you.
when you get in there, please share your screen, and
Okay.
I will try and walk you through.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, you should receive your invite.
Okay, so Ashley and Graciela, you folks are partnered now. You can both
Okay.
see each other's document, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go off camera and I'll let you folks go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I will read yours right now, Ashley.
Okay. I can't edit yours, like comment in the thing.
Oh, you can't? Okay, let me see.
I just sent a request. So.
Oh, you did? Okay. Here, let me go to. Okay.
Okay.
Did that work?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Ah. Okay. I think.
Gabriela and Ashley, can you try to do a refresh on the document? And see if you can edit it now?
I think we're editing it, right? Or are
Oh,
we
you
not?
are? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
You're able to.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And Ashley, I'm actually finished.
Okay, I'm almost done. I'm on the last one.
Okay. Sorry I didn't give you a whole lot to work with.
No, it's okay.
And then you don't need to do part 3 yet. You'll do that after the class. Unless you want to get started.
Oh,
Oh, so we don't have to provide feedback? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're just giving feedback to your partner's work. And then part 3 would be where they are going to reflect on your feedback or comments and then writing a response. So right now it's just reading their entry and adding that column about the comments I like, one of the 4
Oh,
prompts.
okay.
oh, okay. Then I guess we're done.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you finished your comments, right?
I'm finishing up the last one now.
Oh, sorry.
No, so what you can do if you are done is you can review what your partner said, and then if you have any further questions or need further clarification, you can take a little bit time to do that, and that might help you when you write your reflection of their feedback.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back. I apologize. I understand there were so many technical issues with the doc. We hope that you're able to at least put in the comments and get started on that part. Okay, so what you're going to be doing next is, and it's going to be after the course or after the class is done, part 3. So Christy, next slide, please. Oh, my apologies. I forgot one more. So what we did is when you did the activity, we put you into something called sharing pairs. And this is a DYK, or did you know, number 3, that this strategy, sharing pairs, is a way to provide students a voice. And they're able to voice their ideas and hear the ideas of others. So it's also known as turn and talk, which many of you might already do, but it's to give opportunities to students to have a say. Sometimes when you have a question and everybody's hand goes up, you can't possibly call on every student, so you may call on 1 or 2, but when you partner students up to turn and talk, they'll at least feel like they had a chance to say something regarding your question or to give their response. So this is again called DYK3, sharing pairs. We also, next slide, Christy. We also provided you some sentence starters on your activity sheet or on your entry module. And with that, with the sharing pair strategies, the sentence starters really help students focus their response. So sometimes we put something out there, we ask a question, and without a sentence starter, sometimes students give a response that maybe is a little bit off track, but we find that when we can at least put in a sentence starter, it helps to kind of guide them along with what they need to do. So it's really an effective way. And I was recently taking an ELL class, and they were talking about reading and how sentence starters really help, especially the English language learners, to form their questions or to provide that support to them so that they can be more successful. but I also use it often with my students in kindergarten and providing them with how do they respond when you retell what do you need to do. These are the words you can start with so that they stay more focused and more on track to what we need to hear from them. Okay, next slide, Christy. So basically, if you were able to see your partner's portfolio and you responded and gave them some comments about it, you completed part 1 and part 2 of this module. So part 1 again was writing your philosophy. Part 2 is what you just completed doing now, which is reading your partners and responding. When the class is done later today or by the 27th, we're going to ask you to complete part 3. Part 3 is where you're going to be giving comments or feedback about the comments you received from your partner. By November 1st, you'll see there's a part 4. And that will be completed at the end of the course when we're finished with going through the different modules. So next slide, Christy. Okay, so again, this was part 2 where you provided feedback. Next slide. And this is going to be where you will reflect on your partner's comments that they provided to you. Okay, so that's part 3. And I'm not sure if there's, did we do a part 4 slide, Christy? Okay, here, part 4. So by November 1st, which is when your portfolio is due, you need to make sure that you go back before November 1st, complete part 4. Just remember this particular module has 4 parts. So you do need to go back towards the end of the course, reflect back now that the course is over, see if you want to make any revisions to your portfolio based on what you learned in the course along the way from your instructors, from your colleagues. And in this part, you need to be very thoughtful. So you're going to be responding to one of the following prompts. When you go back towards the end of the course, you might see that, oh, I thought this way in the beginning, and I might want to revise a part of my portfolio or revise my portfolio. So if you do, the first bullet says that if you revise it, you need to please put examples with specific modules on how or why you made the changes. So we're going to be looking for that in this part. Like, why did you feel you needed to change that part of your philosophy? What particular module did it come from? Was it in module 4 when we looked at rules? You needed to re-examine your rules and then put examples to justify that. Now, as you go along, you notice that there's a second bullet where maybe your philosophy was really on the right track. It was really reaffirmed. There's nothing that I really need to revise. But even in that sense, why do you feel that it was reaffirmed? Again, put specific examples in module 3 when we looked at community building, just for example, or module 7 or 8 when we looked at communication styles. So please put the modules and put examples. Now, sometimes you might do both. You might feel that you need to revise part of it, and then part of it was reaffirmed. So in that case, we're asking that you put specific examples again from modules of why it was reaffirmed, and then also why you needed to revise some parts as well. So be very specific there. You're responding to one of those. Either you're going to revise your philosophy was reaffirmed, or a little of both happened. And what we're asking you to do is, if you're going to make changes, make the revisions directly on your current philosophy of education, but use a different color so that it's very obvious that this is what you taught then. Maybe you need to cross off some things, just exit off the different color or slash straight through it, and then add your changes directly in your philosophy paper with a different color. What you want to do, though, is keep that as your philosophy and respond in the bottom here with your examples from specific modules. So don't go back to the top, type in the changes, and at the same time, put in your reason why. Because you want to keep your philosophy intact with just your revisions. And then you come back to the bottom and put in your justification. So we've known in the past sometimes it gets muddled where you'll start putting your part 4 reasons up at the top, but really keep those two separate. Or we'll need to resubmit or return it to you and have you work on that area again. All right, so that is part 4. So when I do look over your entries, I'll be looking over part 1, part 2, and part 3. That's due on August 27th. And again, the most points you'll get is 75. Because when you complete part 4, then you'll see the 100% if you've completed all parts correctly. All right, next slide, Christine. All right, so I know we have next time. Oh, I thought we took it out now. Okay, sorry, that one wasn't revised. So what we're going to be doing is getting ready to move on to module 2. Because today we have 3 modules that we're going to be covering. But before we do want to give you a 10-minute break. If you have any questions, stay online and we can definitely, or stay with us and we can definitely answer your questions. But if not, we can go ahead and give you a 10-minute break now. And when you come back, we'll be starting Community of Learners. So we'll start our break now. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so each module that we do, like we have something that we're going to walk away and change something. Is each module going to have something where we walk away and we're going to have to do something later? Or are we going to be complete with the module when we're done with the time that we show up?
Not necessarily. There are things, where you will be taking it back and implementing something in your class, doing something, reflecting on it as part of your entry. So yeah, it's not all where you'll complete it in one session and be done.
Okay. So I was curious.